All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to week 3 power rankings review of this week and the preview for next week. We're just going to do the same thing as we did last week. We're going to go over the matchups, tell you who did bad, who did good, and then we'll give you me and Jungar's picks for next week. And as you can see, Danny's also in the video here today, special guest once again. We'll go to the first matchup with Nick and Jungar.
Yeah, I'll take this one. So basically, as most of you guys can tell, my team is shit. There's not really two ways about it. I talked a lot of shit about Nick's team this week, and then they kind of blew the doors off my team. So
and he made you a meme.
And he made me a meme. So
You're a fucking meme.
I will, quickly go over it. Jokic was one of the highest scorers of the week of any player, which is really not unexpected when you're the first overall pick. Cole Anthony had a really good week with 91 in 4 games. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Kemba Walker, as a Knicks fan, I was rooting for him, but as a fantasy player, I was kind of hoping he would tear his ACL or something. But he didn't do that. So, and Donovan Mitchell also had a good week with 82. Van Vliet also had a good week. It only says 29 because he didn't get him until the middle of the week, I think, or after a game or something. As for my pack of losers, Rudy Gobert is really the only one that did anything relevant.
That's Rudy Gobert.
I can't think of an example right now, but he's the only good player on this team right now.
I like Tobias Harris. He's a good player.
I forgot. Yeah, and Tobias
and
Harris.
Chris Middleton.
Well,
and
Chris
Jeremy
Jason also has Zion out for another 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
minimum, because he's a little bitch and he's fat. Like a whore.
Yeah, I don't really even want to look at my team anymore. So let's just move on. Or my eyeballs throw up. Who's taking this one? Dean AJ.
I'll do it. Fuck it. So we got Dean's team and we got AJ's team. Coming into this game, AJ fleeced that trade though. Let me tell you, Charlie didn't think it was unfair, but Dean's team definitely turned it around this week. The only problem is De'Aaron Fox and Michael Porter are still playing like dog shit, which doesn't help his case to climb up the ranks. And overall, his team is not bad. It's just, are they going to perform at a consistent basis? Which right now they aren't. Now we go to AJ's team. AJ's team, I like AJ's team, but sometimes you're not going to put up the buckets because your top 5 are good. I like Chris Paul, I like Paul George, Christian Wood, fucking Van Fleet, and Embiid, and then the rest of your team is mediocre at best, and we can't have that if you want to make a run for the chip, And Charlie's sitting over here smiling, but I'm being dead serious. Team isn't bad, but it definitely could be better, and he could make some improvements via the trade market. Junger's open to trades. All right.
By the way, I kind of blanked out on Van Vliet when I was talking about him on Nick's team. I forgot that AJ traded for him. So that was why he had 29.
All right. Next matchup.
All right. The Razzmatazz Hops Skiddly Doos against Luka D's Nuts.
2 interesting names. All right. So I'll talk about this one. So we got Tim's team here. Tim's team is he's obviously, we know he's loaded with power forwards and centers. Keeps telling me every week if he had 5 Steven Adams on his team, actually no, 20 Steven Adams, he would win the whole thing, which is true. Steven Adams is a great fantasy player. Westbrook had a good week because LeBron was out a few games, I think.
Yeah, sadly.
Vucevic is gonna do what he does. He's always been a great fantasy player.
Machines.
Lauri Markkanen is all right. I know he's playing the 3 in Cleveland right now, which is interesting, but Danny said he's been doing pretty well, so it's good for them, I guess. Bradley Beal, he's been all right. He hasn't been the best.
I think his last game in like the previous game, he dropped 36 fantasy points or something. He had a pretty good game. 31 fantasy points, he had 36 points. That's what it was.
So 4 games this week, 7.
Back
50.
to regular Bradley Beal. So if he can keep that up.
If he keeps it up, Tim will definitely be going up in the rankings. And then we got Anthony's team here. He's got Luke, obviously, Julius Randle. He has Shea. Shea's still underperforming. As we all know, he can definitely perform better. So once he starts playing better, Anthony's team is going to be doing really well. Randall had an off week. I know he didn't score a lot from watching all the Knick games, but okay. Scotty Barnes has been playing really well for a rookie. Toronto doesn't have much going for him right now, so he's been kind of like the right spot right now. Everyone else on his team has been decent at best.
Yeah. Side note from reporter Jason here, Anthony was deep in trade talks with a unnamed team.
Really, what was it? What was the team? Was it you? Because you're the reporter.
to acquire a superstar player, but the deal unfortunately fell through
Because someone got greedy.
over a disagreement over how good some
Greediness.
players are.
Greediness.
Charlie.
Yeah, I'll talk about my matchup. So we're going to start out with who's been hot. So James Harden, the last 2 games, very good. 30-plus fantasy points in his last 2 games. So I'm going to need him to do that and continue to do that if I want to keep winning. Anthony Davis, he's been a dog this year so far. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I know he was day-to-day, like every game this week, but ended up playing every game. My pickups this week weren't great other than George Hill for the last game. Yeah. Jalen Green.
As long as Drew's out, as long as Drew Holiday's out, George Hill should be a viable streaming option.
Yeah. Jalen Green's been absolutely terrible for a rookie. He's been so bad. I thought he was going to be amazing, but
inconsistent of a scorer.
Yeah, whatever.
You did pick up Jalen McDaniels, Charlie. That was a great pick.
I did. That was the awesome
pickup of the year right there. The whole 2 points.
11 minutes in 2 games. Like those.
You picked up Doug McDermott too? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm usually better with that. That's poor managing on my part.
Terrible, man.
We'll go to Matt's team. Matt, on the other hand, didn't pick up anyone to the last day. And he picked up, I think it was DeAndre Jordan, Bruce Brown, and like Dwight Howard, and Dwight Howard didn't even play. But Matt's team, Jalen Suggs been playing a lot of minutes in Orlando, but hasn't been doing well at all, really. Thaddeus Young, Matt had him for 1 game, I think, or maybe that was like 2 games. I'm not sure, but I know he like didn't play or played very minimum minutes. Giannis is going to be Giannis. 164 fantasy points in a week is crazy. Melo had a pretty good week. Kuzma had a good week. LaMelo played all right. Not the best, but Matt's going to need more production out of these guys if he's going to want to win in the future.
Danny.
Oh, shit. My matchup. So I feel like this was definitely the matchup of the week. My team overall definitely played well. Damian Lillard's still a piece of shit and doesn't deserve to be on a fucking team. I think Mike Conley is playing better, to be honest. He's better. Fucking my whole team, my starting 5, 6, 7-ish are all top 10 fantasy players at their position at the moment. So I'm pretty hyped with that. I think that if Damian Lillard, LeBron, and Booker can become more consistent, I'll be even more lethal. But for right now, they're not playing too hot. And LeBron's being a bitch about an ankle injury because he got full thick. Someone fell on him. Well, besides me, he's a bitch. All right. And then Yeah, that's pretty much my team. Sam's team, some of his players is coming to Jesus Christ. Miles Bridges is just like, fuck you, I'm prime fucking Jordan, and I'm gonna drop 25 points a game. And it's like, all right, cool, but don't do it against me. Do it against anybody else. Okay, Durant, literally, I don't think he missed. I think he missed like 4 shots before he got ejected last night. Fucking stupid. Franz Wagner was a good pickup. Obviously, he released him because he needed players for Sunday. Robert Williams is still a menace on the boards and the blocks. He's going to get his points that way. And Trae Young is still Trae Young. And DeAndre Ayton is underperforming a little bit, but, he's a center, so he's going to get points because that's just the way the world works, okay?
In 2 games, I don't really know if I would call that underperforming.
I mean, yeah, 76 fantasy points in 2 games.
That's ass, bro. He's better than that.
Yeah. And yeah, last matchup, the matchup with my roommates, Marcus and Jeff. Marcus's score would be a little bit higher. I think he did not set his lineup on Sunday. Yes, he forgot. I know he woke up late. It was his girlfriend's birthday.
Time is late because I think the game was at like 4:30. So
I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, his team is it's a little bit injured right now. I'm not gonna lie. Porzingis. But I guess we shouldn't really be surprised by that because he did draft guys that have a history of being injured. With Brogdon, Porzingis, Butler, Beverly, Wiggins. These are all guys that have had injury problems in the past, and they're all doing it again.
That's why you never take Porzingis.
I don't know what's wrong with Porzingis.
He's a bitch. He's literally a bitch. I had him last year. He was out half the fucking year, like fucking nursing like an ankle injury or some shit. Like, stop crying and play. You said point line anyway.
We'll just call him questionable moving forward. It's like a broken heart or something. Malcolm Brogdon is day to day right now. I know. And I forgot there was one more that's also hurt right now. But yeah, from last week, Steph Curry still put up 75 points in 3 games. I think right now he's maybe not the front runner for MVP, but he's definitely in consideration right now. Capella. What?
Jimmy Butler played amazing.
Jimmy Butler did play amazing with 159, but really everyone else was kind of just, forgettable.
Hey, don't forget about Daniel Tice. He had a good week.
Daniel Tice with 5 points. Yeah, and then Jeff's team. Jeff was number 1 in the power rankings after last week. How did he back that up? Playing like ass.
But he still got the win.
He got the win, but he only would have beaten, I believe, only Marcus this week, unless there was one other.
Probably, I think AJ too.
And he would have beaten AJ. So, and Anthony. So he would have beaten 3 other teams. But yeah, Sabonis had 113 points. He is my personal choice every single time on an over-under. When they give him a 20-point over-under, I'm taking the over every single time because he's a boy. We all shit on Jakob Poeltl this year going in the 5th round or 4th round, wherever Jeff took him. And he's backing it up. He's been a great surprise for Jeffrey, being the 8th position rank, getting 26.5. But he's really ugly. What is that? So yeah, I don't have ugly players on my team, so at least we can hang our heads high. Other than that, yeah, pretty forgettable week for both teams, but Jeffrey just got fortunate with his opponent this week and got a win. So that's the recap of all the games this week. Moving on to next week, we're going to quickly run through it. My picks for this week, I took Danny to beat me because let's be realistic, I'm not a stupid person here. I believe I took Anthony to beat AJ. I took Matt to beat Dean. I took Charlie to beat Tim. I believe I took Sam to beat Jeff, and I took Nick to beat Marcus. And I went 2-4 in my picks last week.
I can talk about mine. So last week I went 2-4 with my picks.
Went 4-2, but nice try.
4-2. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. Sorry.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
This week I'm gonna take Danny over Jungar. I'm going to take AJ over Anthony. I'm kind of feeling an upset from AJ. I have faith in your team, AJ. All right. Then I got Matt over Dean. I got me over Tim. I have Sam over Jeff and Nick over Marcus. So basically the same as Jungar's, except the AJ over Anthony. Do you want to just run over the power rankings quick?
Yeah. I kind of spoiled it a little bit because it's right here, but
all right.
Where is it?
Yeah, I don't see it.
I guess you guys can't see it. I guess that's good. So you guys booms of the week was Montrezl Harrell with 125, Miles Bridges 103, Valanciunas at 147. Busts of the week, De'Aaron Fox had 44 in 3 games, Michael Porter Jr. had 45 in 4 games, and DeAndre Hunter had 17 in 3 games. We did the predictions, and now Charlie, you can do the power rankings.
All right, we'll send these in the group chat too, like we did last week. But we have AJ is at 12, Junger's at 11, Marcus is at 10, Nick is at 9, Dean's at 8, Matt is at 7, Anthony's at 6, Tim's at 5, Jeff's at 4, I'm at 3, Sam's at 2, and Danny's at 1 again.
All right.
So that's going to do it for this week's video. Stay tuned for next week. Good luck this week going forward, and see you guys soon.